doing great. Our movement's becoming larger and larger, and we're getting awareness out there. The general public's responding very positively. So, once in a while we get a protest, but I think that's to be expected.
Okay. It's not without controversy for sure.
Yeah.
In a place like California.
Exactly.
Although the diversity of the state, the beautiful diversity of the state, is more than I think. You might expect. I'm kind of an outsider in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people have it that California is. I'm not rolling with it.
Okay.
A lot of people have it that California, is a super liberal state, and that certainly can be the case for some portions.
Yeah.
But the handicap side are going to take a step this way.
Sure.
Have the background be a little more nondescript.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get it to rain just as we get started here.
All right.
So do me a favor, keep your feet planted.
Sure.
If you move.
Okay.
Say for me.
Sure. My name is Yichao Chang. It's spelled YIH-CHAU. Last name's Chang, C-H-A-N-G.
How would you want to retire?
I'm the press secretary for Responsible Citizens in California. Yes. Sure.
Tell me what you get.
We're here doing an open carry event, but at the same time we're doing a Toys for Tots drive, as well as encouraging a lot of the participants to go to a blood drive beforehand or afterwards. So we're also raising awareness for the Cashin family, who has a daughter who's suffering from cancer right now. Her father is a wanted police officer, so we want to support them as much as possible and create awareness for their fundraiser that's coming up on the 15th of December.
So an event, what is an event for the open carry?
Basically, it's a bunch of like-minded individuals who believe in our Second Amendment rights here in California to open carry. Here, we're just congregating here at Nations today, enjoying a hamburger, fries, and probably a Coke. And that's basically what it is. We're just openly displaying our unloaded firearms going to California.
And that is a law that is currently protected. You are currently protected. Tell me, the toy drive, the blood drive, the support for these families, while obviously on the outside, it's here to be legitimate, reaching out to your brother, so to speak. There are critics who would say, "Gosh, you guys are just trying to, sort of." Put a good face on something that most of Californians don't want to see happen."
Well, I don't know that that's necessarily true. We have a lot of supporters here for the open carry movement. Every time we hold an event, it becomes a larger movement. Also, the fact of the matter is, anybody who wants to take a look at the history of the open carry movement here in California can see that we very clearly have done community service events in the past, all the way down from South Bay Open Carry doing multiple beach cleanups to beach cleanup actually out in San Francisco earlier in the year. We have a history of doing community service related events, and I think it's a bit unfair to accuse us of using community service to have some type of untoward goal in mind. So it's anybody looking into it will see the facts for themselves.
That's true.
Yeah.
no matter who looks at it, going to see the facts the way they want to see them.
Yeah.
Now, back to the open carry argument to begin with, and I know Akash will probably just keep skimming the surface of this, can't get really deep into it, but tell me, why is it you think it's important for Californians to be able to carry a firearm?
Well, based on all the peer-reviewed social science, basically it reduces the violent crime rate in society. So when you have fewer incidents of violent crime, you create a safer society. It makes the job easier for the police officers, and basically everybody enjoys a much more safe environment with which to conduct their day-to-day business.
Having not reviewed any of these statistics myself, do you know what the statistics are as far as law enforcement and the open carry laws are concerned? How do they feel about it?
Sometimes it's a bit of a mixed bag. For instance, if you take a look at Emeryville's police chief, Ken James, he doesn't seem to believe very strongly that this is a good idea. But there's other law enforcement, members of the law enforcement community, mostly rank and file, we should strongly believe that we should have the ability to keep and bear arms in accordance with the Second Amendment. So it really depends on who you ask.
Certainly looks like the Supreme Court at this point would agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And then, finally, the question that just comes to mind for me is and I don't know what the statistics are on this, aren't people just as likely to be injured in an accident from a firearm as they are to be injured from the criminal element?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, firearms are used by common law-abiding citizens to defend themselves against violent crimes between 3 and 4 times more often than they're actually used in crimes by violent criminals. So the net utilitarian benefit of being armed in a public setting is far outweighs any cost to society.
Great. Can you cite where you got that?
Actually, yeah. John R. Lott actually cites that all the time. He goes on the major news networks and tells that does this in debates against the Brady campaign all the time. So. Yeah.
Where did he get it from?
He's done massive research on this subject. His work, More Guns, Less Crime, that's actually now in its 3rd edition. He's basically taken his research nationwide through 3,054 counties and basically was able to establish patterns for reduction in violent crimes based on right to carry laws that have been passed in 40 out of our 50 states.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. The lights. Okay. So that brings up one more question. Drops in crime statistics can be attributed to a lot of things. People are saying longer prison sentences is what's dropped. This is one that's not as well known, the use of the CompStat system to fight crime. There's a lot of independent variables in here. Can you really take full credit in the open carry community?
No. We're not saying that the open carry community is taking credit for the drop in violent crime.
I'm saying, but the availability, the fact that people are able to pack heat, so to speak.
Right.
You can't take full credit for the drop.
Well, you can because it's based on regression analysis. It's based on statistical principle that John R. Lott has actually researched in his book. If you read his entire book, you'll find that his research is very, very comprehensive. Okay, it virtually covers almost every single county in the entire United States, and he's able to establish with a high degree of certainty not just correlation but almost rather causation that when you have right to carry laws, this actually dramatically reduces the violent crime rate in society.
Is there anything you'd like to add that I haven't asked you about?
Basically, we're here doing community service events, and we'd welcome the Brady campaign to join us in helping to do. If we're doing a toy drive, we'd welcome the Brady campaign to hold their own toy drive right alongside us. I think ultimately the goals between the Brady campaign and ourselves are exactly the same. We want to reduce gun violence. We want to reduce violent crime in society in general. Our approaches are a little bit different, but that doesn't mean that we cannot hold community service events that benefit the society at large together at the same place at the same time.
I've already forgotten it.
Ciao.
Excuse me. Ciao. It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, bro.
Really, really, really great to talk to you. Thank you very much.